Hello and welcome to the Weekly Geek. I'm Carl Hughes.
And I'm Christopher Meddings.
And this is a short version today. This is just a quick 10-minute roundup of San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, join us today in our little hive of editing place. Where we're editing some stuff up and some things. Look at all that stuff over there.
Working hard.
Yeah, don't look at it though.
Don't look at it.
Secret.
So, San Diego Comic-Con.
Bit exciting, wasn't it? Just a bit.
Lots of really cool stuff. Biggest question is who won? Who did the best?
Well, let's go through some of the points first,
Okay.
and then we'll see who won. Because I think it was Warner Brothers myself.
Right. Okay. So the first really big thing that happened was obviously Star Wars panel.
Yes, that was pretty epic.
Lots of interesting things were revealed there, but of course the biggest one was the 4-minute, very slickly edited behind-the-scenes footage.
Like a featurette, wasn't it?
Yeah. And again, lots of really cool stuff in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, and there'll be links to all these videos to talk about
Yeah.
in the description panel, but it's really cool. Some good stuff in there.
Harrison Ford in Millennium Falcon is the one that springs to mind. Shots of Luke.
A small to large erection.
Yeah, pretty much throughout. In fact, all weekend really. It's been I've had to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. I've ruined everything. But yeah, lots of really cool stuff. One of my favourite parts about the Star Wars panel was when you're at the Comic-Con, when you're in the big halls, you're not allowed to stand up. You're not allowed to leave the room, which is fine. Everybody normally agrees to that rule and sticks by that rule, but they didn't when Harrison Ford walked in and he got a standing ovation. He walked on stage, he bounded up the stairs 2 steps at a time, and everyone just stood up, and all the people working there were going, no, sit down. Yeah, nobody sat down.
It ain't gonna happen.
It's not going to happen. It's Harrison Ford. It's Han
When's the
Solo.
last time Harrison Ford actually went to a Comic-Con?
Yeah, it's got to be
any kind of convention.
Yeah,
he doesn't really bother, does he?
Nah, but Star Wars was amazing.
Yeah,
everything about it looks really cool, and roll on Christmas.
Yeah, I think they're definitely going to win everything ever in the world.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the biggest opening of all time.
I don't see how it couldn't be.
No, Minions is doing really well in terms of opening. Star Wars is going to crap all over it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, of course, we moved on from Star Wars.
Just a
So,
bit.
some film called Batman v Superman's coming out. I don't really know what that's
about. And if that doesn't shut everyone up, I don't know what will, because that was an epic trailer.
Yeah, the trailer for that dropped. And again, we can talk about this in a little bit as well. About 10-20 minutes after it was aired at Comic-Con, Warner Brothers just released it online as well, so we didn't have to put up with crappy phone versions of it, leaked stuff. Yeah. There's so much to say about the Batman trailer. I think it's shut up a lot of Ben Affleck critics.
Yeah, because he did look great.
Yeah.
He looked great, and especially the little bits of fight scenes where he actually looks fast and fierce and like a ninja, like he should.
Yeah,
he looks vicious, man. Not
looks
just this slow hunkering.
Yeah, there's no Christian Bale nonsense in this.
No. He actually went for it.
Brutal, yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of little cool aspects to it as well. The problem with Man of Steel was everybody said, too much destruction at the end, death of Zod, and what they've done very cleverly, I think, is addressed all of that.
Yeah.
So Bruce Wayne is in Metropolis while the Battle of Zod was taking place. They've obviously refilmed.
I did like that. I like that scene where you see the lasers going through the building. I thought that was brilliant. Seen from a different perspective.
There's a bit where Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, says, "The red capes are coming."
The red capes are coming.
Yeah, and I didn't know what that meant.
I thought it was some reference to like the War of Independence with the red coats.
It is exactly that.
Oh, it is exactly that?
It is exactly that. It's a reference to, oh God, what was it called? The Midnight Ride of Paul Revere. The British are coming, and of course the red coats.
Got ya, yeah.
So
nice.
So now you know, learn the knowledge. The fact that it directly addresses what happened in Man of Steel and all the things that everybody hated about Man of Steel. Little things like Superman's suit is colourful. It's got real colour to it.
Yeah.
The rest of the film is, as with most Zack Snyder stuff, is really muted and that. But the red logo, there's a bit you see Lois touching going, this stands for something. And it's really red and blue. Yes. Yeah. And of course we also saw Wonder Woman in action.
Yes, that was a great shot.
Yeah.
She looked good, man. She looked good. And there was fantastic. A bit more colour there as well.
Yeah, again, that's been one of the criticisms, too dark, too muted.
Now, is this them listening to fans and critics, or was that the plan all along?
I don't think. I think they're very conscious of criticism before and after. I think if every single big company, regardless of what field they're in, if they haven't employed someone just to constantly watch Twitter and make notes, then they're doing it wrong. Because it's everybody who's passionate about this and vocal about it online. They're passionate about it and vocal about it because they know it. They know the source. And Zack Snyder knows it as well. And
now, this is different from other films where it's an art form. Yeah. So you're allowed to say, now shut up, this is my vision of it. But when it's stuff like this, it's been in the public eye for like 40, 50 years. 75 years, actually. Yeah. You can't ignore it. You can't ignore people.
No. So again, it's Snyder's vision. It's still not the Batman that I want to see on screen, and it's still not the Joker I want to see, and it's not the Superman that I want to see on screen. They're not my versions of those characters, but I'm not making the film, and I'm really happy with what we have got. I'm happy with
those versions.
It'll do.
For me, it's good enough that it's different.
Yeah,
it's not going to be cheesy and made fun of.
Yeah,
and it's not too down to earth and honest that you have to ruin the mythology of it.
Exactly,
you know
I think you summed it up. I mean, there's clearly a distinct difference between the way Marvel make films and the way DC make, or Warner Brothers make films.
Definitely.
And I love both. I love DC. My favourite characters, but Marvel make better films so far.
They do. Yeah, so far, yeah.
So far, but I think basically with that Batman v Superman trailer, they've upped the ante considerably.
Well, we talked about this on the last show, but it's people complaining that it's too dark. And but if they made light, airy, funny films, they'd lose.
Yeah.
Because Marvel have been doing it longer and can do it really well. So they're just doing what they're good at. They're sticking to what they're good at and not trying to encroach on somebody else's turf.
Marvel have basically copied the Joss Whedon format of high drama, sudden death, and then humour.
Yeah.
And DC don't need to do that. They've got these huge archetypal characters. Superman is the archetypal superhero.
Yeah.
So they've got that. They don't need to faff around. They can get straight to it. So, Batman v Superman.
Yeah, it was big thumbs up from us. Anyway.
Yeah, and the fact that Zack Snyder, the director, showed up to Comic-Con in the Batmobile.
Oh, yeah, that was very cool.
That's just amazing. You got people queuing up for like 9 hours to go and see this trailer. And he pulls up, he goes, oh, you've been waiting a while, and he starts throwing T-shirts out, and that's amazing.
What a guy.
Amazing. Then the surprise hit was the Fox panel.
Yeah, Fox has still got some fight in them, so it seems.
They've actually got more superheroes that they can call on cinematically than anyone else.
Yeah.
What the hell? I
don't know if anyone's seen it, but we'll chuck up a little still. I'm sure we can.
Yeah.
The Fox selfie.
The Fox selfie, yeah.
On their panel.
It's the selfie with more cinematic superheroes on it at any one time.
Yeah, and his granddad ruining it at the front there.
Yeah, apart from that, some Stan Lee fella, whoever he is. Yeah, lots of cool stuff announced from Fox. Obviously, the Deadpool thing, trailers. We'll see what that looks like when that comes out. But the most exciting thing, we talked about this, how this was very unlikely to be the idea, but they are going for Old Man Logan.
Yeah, it does look like they're going. I'm interested to see how they're going to go with it. We've had this cooperation from Marvel.
Yeah, Old Man Logan's
characters in.
Yeah, it's a really hard story to try and adapt because the original format it's got lots of characters used in it that Fox don't own. So they're obviously going to adapt it, change it. Old Man Logan.
Looking forward to it.
I'm in, definitely.
Oh, and they have also got the road cut of Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
One of my favourite films from last year was Days of Future Past X-Men. And apparently they cut Rogue out of the entire film, and now they've just put her back in and released the film again. So
and made
a genius stroke, if you ask me.
Made it look like a whole new film.
Yeah.
So oh god, yeah. So looking forward to that. I like Rogue as a character anyway, and bring that on. So but I think between those three, between Star Wars, Warner Brothers, and Fox, that would have been enough. That would have been enough for Comic-Con.
So much more.
Yeah. So Walking Dead. Walking Dead was one of the other big ones.
That was very dull.
That was really boring. Yeah, Walking Dead. I mean, I love Walking Dead, and I've been defending the last series of Walking Dead. I've been defending it against all these people going, "There's no zombies in it anymore. What the hell?" And I'm going, "Yeah, it's not about that anymore. It's a
story of survival.
Yeah, it's a character study of how these people develop and grow, and it's brilliant."
Well, this isn't the first time we've heard this, though, is it?
No.
When they brought out Series 2, that was the same. People were just complaining, "Oh, this is boring now. This is boring."
And to be fair, Season 2 was really crap.
But it made Season 3 better.
Exactly right. Yeah.
The rest of it wouldn't have been as good without that, you know what I mean?
Agreed,
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, no. So the trailer for the new season came in, and your thoughts just boring.
I mean, I don't mind character development, and I don't mind a bit of boring because it makes the high points higher, as I've just said.
Yeah.
But it just didn't show anything. Not that I want them to show storyline, but it just felt like that could have been taken from season 5.
It looked like they're just retreading old ground.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
My biggest, someone who's reading the comics, my biggest issue so far is one of the big characters in the comics is Negan, and we've been sort of getting little hints that he might be showing up, and on Twitter, a lot of the actors are mentioning his name keeps cropping up, and he should be in it, and he should be in it now because he's a fantastic character and he's going to look really cool on screen. And there wasn't even a hint of him, and I'm hoping that's on purpose and he is there. But
maybe it's just going to be out of nowhere, and they've had enough of spoilers as much as anyone else.
Yeah,
because AMC have got a bad track record.
Yeah,
spoilers.
they really have.
Breaking Bad with season 4.
Yeah,
where just the picture of it.
Yeah,
there was the picture of all the characters had loads of spoilers in it.
Yeah,
people in wheelchairs.
I mean, even their Facebook page. Their Facebook page, obviously, it aired in America, and then people woke up the next day and they spoiled what happened that day.
Spoiled their own stuff.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, it's looking a bit dull.
Anyway.
It's looking a bit dull. And then they did the trailer for Fear the Walking Dead, which is the spin-off, which is coming in August, I think. That looks like it's got potential, but
it doesn't look any better than any other B-list zombie film, though.
Yeah. So
it didn't look exciting.
No.
It didn't look very interesting.
It just looked like every other zombie film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, high hopes for it, but wait and see. Wait and see. It didn't do anything for me. Didn't do anything for you, clearly.
No, I wasn't interested. I'll still watch it because I am interested, and I know it will be good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's just so uninteresting.
Yeah,
so bored,
you're doing his trailers wrong, I'm afraid. But then that leads us on to a different trailer that came out, which was the Evil Dead trailer.
Oh, now that was a trailer.
That was how you do a trailer
for TV.
Yeah.
Yes, it was funny. It was factual.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the special effects look ridiculous and goofy, which is exactly what we want from Evil Dead.
Yeah, without a doubt. I genuinely think that this time next year, everybody's going to be watching Evil Dead and everyone's going to have forgotten about Walking Dead.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because it's a different kind of thing. It's more of a spoof kind of comedy thing, and it's not a drama, is it?
It's better. Dead? It's better. It's already better. I could sit and watch that trailer. I could just have it on loop.
Yeah, it's so has brilliant. Been to me. Yeah, right? Yesterday I spent a lot of time watching it.
It's just so good. What trailer have you watched the most? Evil Dead or Batman?
Evil Dead, actually. I've seen that a lot more than I've seen Batman.
Yeah.
Because with the last Batman trailer, I kind of watched it too much.
To death, so yeah, right.
Watch it again, you know, and savour these little bits. It doesn't come out until next year, so.
I know, you've got so long to wait. A couple of little things that were cool. The Guardians of the Galaxy animated series is coming soon, and they showed the pilot.
That looks fun.
That looks really fun, actually. Yeah, and the reactions have been really positive as well. So
Marvel do what Marvel do best.
Yeah,
it's a bit of fun.
IDW and DC announced, this is a comic thing rather than a film thing, which is, it is a comic convention, so maybe we ought to mention a couple of comics.
They still have comics,
though. They still have comics. They don't have many. It's mostly a film thing, I think, and TV these days. But yeah, a Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover.
Yeah, I did see the stills for that. And
I really like it. I mean, I do.
It just
looks funny.
It's just two completely polar opposite worlds, you know what I mean?
But they're both really dark, I suppose, aren't they? And they all do all their fighting at night. So
I suppose so.
Yeah, it looks at some of the pictures.
I want to see Batman just giving sideward looks at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles doing these wisecracking stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Cowabunga! Batman's like,
but Batman versus Raphael that's what it's all about, man. I'm up for that. I want to watch that because that's going to happen, isn't it? They're going to fight. They're going to come to blows about something.
And it's not that ridiculous. I've seen Batman fight Killer Croc countless times and nobody's complained. So.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, throw him in as a baddie and you're on a winner.
You know what I mean?
DC also announced they got some animated films coming out as well. There was Bad Blood. Is it Bad Blood?
Yeah, Bad Blood. Bad Blood, vibrating table.
Yeah, so Bad Blood, which is an original story, that was Justice League versus the Titans,
Teen Titans,
which is the first time the Titans have been used in the new animated films.
Yeah, because they keep restarting it every 5 minutes.
Yeah, the original Teen Titans cartoon was really, really fantastic. Really, really clever.
Yes, it was. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, and then they did
really
this
cool.
this new version, and it's really awful, and nobody really likes it.
Really?
Yeah.
What, Teen Titans or thing?
Yeah, the Teen Titans.
I thought you meant the new animated films of the Justice League and stuff.
No, they're fantastic. They're great. Yeah, Justice League War is.
Justice League War. Flashpoint Paradox.
That's probably my favourite one, actually. Yeah,
that's probably one of my favourite films
of all time. Yeah, it's probably got to be in the top 10.
It's brilliant. Yeah.
But
more of that.
The Killing Joke is It's one of the films that's been announced that it's going to be their next animated feature.
Yeah.
And The Killing Joke is one of the iconic storylines. For me personally, it was one of the first comics I ever brought. And it is a classic. It is, but it's really problematic as well.
It is.
In many ways.
A bit touchy. It's a bit...
yeah, there is
close to the edge, that one, I must say.
It touches on elements, and it does something. I don't want to spoil it in any way for those who haven't read it or plan to watch the cartoon. It does some very bad things to some very much loved characters, and a lot of people are saying it shouldn't be made and it should be ignored. And I'm not sure I agree with that, because it's still considered canon. And
now the problem is, do we get this watered down version of it?
Yeah, dude, I mean, if they address...
take that out.
Yeah, if they address some of the issues in it, then I think that would be a nice way to find some common ground between the two factions that hate it and love it.
But I think we should trust them. Animated series have always pushed the envelope when it comes to human emotion, because they can. And
the thing is as well, Killing Joke in itself as a comic is really, really short. You can read it in 10 minutes. So to turn that into an hour-long film, they're going to have to go into a lot more depth. They've got to expand a lot on it. So in theory, they'll address it. I'm happy to see it. I'm very curious, and I will watch the hell out of it, because it's got the Joker and Batman doing what they do.
Yep.
Again, some of it's horrible. Lots of triggers in there. Other stuff, little bits that came out, nothing as cool as Batman v Superman.
I'm just going to rattle through these last bits.
So we had the Damien trailer, which is the Omen TV series.
Just leave it alone there, stop making
it. Actually, there was a point in that I did want to point out that really... the premise of the TV show seems to be that Damien returns home after X amount of years, doesn't know that he's the Antichrist, and which is weird. And the storyline is going to be about him finding out and coming to terms with the fact that he's the Antichrist. And there's a bit where he shaves his head and he sees the 666 tattoo on his head, and he's going, "What does that mean? What does 666... Who doesn't know what 666 means in this day and age? Everybody does. If you saw that, you'd go, holy shit."
Unless he's 6.
And exactly, yeah. If you're a kid, but he's not. He's like 20 years old.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. It's unacceptable.
That's lost me.
And I've had enough of that. Just leave it with the film. The original film.
It's genius, yeah.
Perfect. Just leave it alone. Yeah. I know we're saying that, but then egging on 75-year-old Batman. Going,
yeah, right. Yeah. More Batman.
But he's an interesting character, so.
World of Warcraft, they did a panel for the new film. Not a fan. Pictures look cool. Pictures do look good.
Yeah, and Warcraft is a huge thing, so I suppose
it'll be massive.
Go for it.
We'll see how that goes. Hateful Eight, the new Tarantino film.
Yeah, I only found out over the weekend that was actually happening.
Yeah, no, that's done, man.
It's done. Because last I heard, his script had escaped.
That's right. Yeah,
and
leaked.
And then he threw a paddy and went, "I'm not doing it then."
Yeah.
And now he's doing it. So.
But he was, because what he did was, after it leaked and he said, "I'm not going to do it," it was obviously still bugging him and he wanted to do something. So he got the actors that he would have got in the film and he did a stage reading of it. And so he just got everyone sat down on the stage, had the audience there, and they just read the script on stage, which I think is really cool anyway. And obviously he's got... And this is too good not to make. And it's his like homage to the Magnificent Seven and the Seven Samurai and stuff like that. Yeah, man, bring all that on. And Ennio Morricone is doing the soundtrack.
Yeah, the absolute... classic guy who just invented spaghetti western theme music.
Yeah,
got to a point where he was recording the music and it was being played through loudspeakers on a film set while the actors acted to his score because he was that perfect. I mean, a lot of people saying he hasn't worked in the last 40 years, but he did work with.
He worked with
Tarantino on Django Unchained. He did some composing for that and he wrote a song for it, where he also massively slagged off Tarantino and said, I'll never work for him again because he plays with music like it's a toy and he throws it in with no cohesion. And apparently now they're working together and he's doing a full score for him, but whatever.
Yeah, nice. So that's all cool. And finally there was the Scream trailer. Did you actually see that?
I didn't see that, no. Scream is in the horror film Scream.
Yeah.
I still haven't killed that yet.
No, this is now a TV series now.
Oh, okay.
And
I know TV's big at the minute, but it doesn't mean that whatever you put on TV now will be good.
No.
It's still going to be shit.
This Scream thing is going to be really shit.
Yeah, it is.
It's what they've changed the mask and it looks really good. The mask looks really cool. That's the only good thing about the entire trailer. Because if you've seen the film, There is no reason to watch 12 episodes of this TV series because we know all of it. It's going to be there's going to be a couple of jumps.
How many films did they make now? Is it 4?
Oh, God knows. I think I lost interest after 3. Did I even watch 3? Yeah, just all crap. Scream 1, brilliant. Scream 2, genius. That will do for me. And yeah, that was it. I mean, we still haven't seen the Suicide Squad trailer, so I don't want to talk about that.
It did happen. It was there, but it hasn't been released. So I think it's one of those.
It hasn't been released, and Suicide Squad and Deadpool, both those trailers. There's little leaky, phone footage ones, but we're trying not to watch those. That's not how I want. The studio don't want that to be your first interaction with
it. So I'll just wait for them to release it.
Exactly, yeah. So we'll do that.
Search feverishly for it.
I'm not looking at Twitter right now, so it could have been there right now. I don't know. As soon as that's done, we'll let people know about it anyway.
Hopefully, by the time this video airs, they will be out, and if they have been, we'll put links in the description bar so you can go back and watch them.
And obviously, we'll discuss them in a lot more detail in the next episode of the Weekly Geek.
Yeah.
Done.
I suppose that's it for now, isn't it?
Yeah. Comic-Con.
I never know what to do at this bit.
I know, yeah.
Can we go to Comic-Con next time?
Yes, please. Yeah. Next year. See if we can get press passes.
That'd be amazing. Let's do that.
Yeah, man.
Anyway.
Sweet.